The poet Robert Burns once wrote, "The best laid schemes of mice and men often go awry." I would add that one of the reasons they often go awry is the weather. And Mother Nature hit me for a double whammy this week before I could even think about doing any kind of work on Pearl. Sorry, old girl. Dims the brakes. Hey, Nomies. You may remember me telling you last week that it was cold and windy, and I wasn't sure if things were okay. Well, let me show you what I came home to one afternoon after a particularly strong wind and rainstorm. This is underneath Grandfather Oak. Looks like he lost a pretty big arm here. It just came crashing down into the middle of the yard. But that's only half of it, because if you pan across, there's just that much again that's actually in my neighbor's yard. And that managed to pretty well take out part of our chain link fence as well. The fence is still there, but the top bar is knocked loose and bent down. So yeah, things are a little bit windy, to say the very least. Grandfather Oak still has plenty of limbs, but I worry for him because these strong winds are taking him off. Well, it was obvious I had my work cut out for me as far as cleaning up this pile of wood. Trouble is, before I could even think about getting the chainsaw out and getting to work, the weather changed majorly. Welcome back to the MT and me. We're obviously not sitting in Pearl or anywhere near her. No, I'm in my office at Studios, here to make a night of it because, well, winter has suddenly decided to hit southeast Arkansas tonight, with a possibility of some sleet, freezing rain, maybe even a little bit of snow, and also some temperatures that have pretty well been below zero, not below zero, but below freezing all day long. Right now, I think they're saying it's 23, and it feels more like 15 outside. That's pretty darn cold for South Arkansas. You know, we're not built for this kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm here at the studios just to be sure that we get through the night tonight, regardless of what happens. There's a problem if you do have snow or ice, especially, that can build up on satellite antennas and interfere with reception. So I need to make sure that we basically keep our programming on the air all night long, especially if it starts precipitating. We've had a little bit of sleet, and even just a little bit of sleet, it's cold enough. All the surfaces outside are cold enough that that sleet will bond to whatever it hits. So you basically have the freezing rain situation where the water sticks to surfaces and starts forming a layer of ice. So any amount of sleet could potentially cause some problems outside. We'll just have to wait it out and see. But anyway, I'm here to spend the night, and I thought I'd just take you along with me. Got to have company somewhere or another. And I'll kind of keep you updated on what happens. Maybe I get to show you some snowy weather here in South Arkansas. Got a feeling it's going to be a restless sort of night. So you stay tuned, and we'll see what happens as winter comes to the MT and me. Okay, this is early next morning, and yeah, it's sleeting right now. And as you can see, it has been sleeting for a while. This is our studio parking lot. Pristine before anybody pulls in on it later this morning. The reports are that our roads are a little icy, sleet and snow combination covering them, but everything is open and passable, at least at this point. So here's the parking lot in the morning darkness. Oh, and by the way, it's about 15 degrees out here with a wind chill of 8. So I'm going to go back inside. A couple of hours later, a little more light in the sky here now, so you can see what I was talking about. It's just that fine layer of icy stuff all over the parking lot. And the thing I want you to note is that, my boss made it in his truck, but you will note he did not leave any tracks. Now you can say, well, sure, it sleeted a little more and covered them up. However, although that may be true, I watched him pull in on the parking lot, and no, he did not leave any tracks when he pulled in. This stuff is that firm because, like I said, it's about 15, 16 degrees out here. Now, at this point, we don't have any additional sleet falling, but air's very misty, and there is a possibility of some more precipitation over the next couple of hours. But it would appear on radar that most of it has moved on now. Of course, as I say this, I can hear a little bit of sleet starting to fall once again. So what do I know? I'm just a radio weatherman. Anyway, it's cold, still cold, and I'm going to go back inside. Here at early afternoon, I don't know if you can tell it, but it's actually snowing lightly. It was snowing a little heavier, but by the time I got back out here with the camera, it had pretty well fizzled, so that may be the only snowfall. As you can see, we've had plenty of sleet falling, plenty of ice compacted. Now it sounds like it's sleeting again. So, hey, go figure. Wintertime in the south, you just, wait 5 or 10 minutes and it'll be something totally different. I just know it's still cold. Right now, here in the early afternoon, it says officially we're at 20 degrees, and that's supposed to be the high temperature of the day. The wind chill is 9. And I believe it. and I hope the camera can pick it up, but there's now a little more snowfall in the mix once again. Well, so much for our first day of winter weather, at least out of this current system here. So, another night is upon us. It's supposed to be very cold, something like 9 or 10 degrees for an overnight low, with wind chill factors possibly down to something like -5. I'm just glad I'm indoors. Once again, I'm going to stay at the studios just to be sure things stay okay. Looks like our precipitation is over and done with, but just want to be sure, especially with these frigid temperatures. So for now, we'll just say good night and see what happens in the morning. Well, it's the next day. It's still very cold with temperatures in the teens. There's still a wind chill advisory and a hard freeze warning in effect. But the precipitation is gone, and lo and behold, there's sunshine. Skies are clearing up. A few clouds, but some blue sky. The precipitation, as we said, has gone, and it's hoped that even though our air temperatures are going to stay below freezing today, maybe we'll get some radiant heat on surfaces that'll help to melt away some of this ice coating, because this is ice. The roads and highways are actually more hazardous this morning than they were yesterday, because we had refreezing overnight, and it was just a smooth, icy surface this morning, and it's still that way since we're just at mid-morning right now. So hopefully today, with traffic and with some sunshine, those roads will clear up. But we might have a little more refreezing, because tonight is forecast to be the coldest night of this winter spell, with our temperatures dropping into single digits. And here in South Arkansas, that is almost unheard of. For today, we're just going to celebrate this little bit of sunshine and hope that it helps start the great melting. So, day 3 of wintertime in the south. And the temperature actually got above freezing today. You can see a little bit of thawing out there in the corner, but that's the only spot. Most of this, not much change overall. That's because the temperature got above freezing for, I don't know, maybe 3 hours. And then it's going to drop back into 20s again tonight. So whatever thawing or slush we have is going to refreeze again. That's a problem we had earlier today, this morning, as the overnight low literally dropped down into single digits last night. So there was a lot of hard freeze, ice, and black ice this morning on the roadways. Some of that is still with us today. The good news is not as cold tonight, and tomorrow we're looking at temperatures that actually should make it up into the possibly mid or even upper 40s. And that may give us, finally, some serious thawing. We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, it's day 3 of deep winter continuing here in the Mid-South. what a difference 2 days will make. Temperatures that stayed right at or maybe just a little above freezing for most of the night really took care of a lot of this ice and slush on our parking lot here. Now, we're not completely out of the woods yet. Some hard freeze conditions are forecast for the next couple of nights. So with temperatures dropping back into the teens, we could have a little bit of refreezing of what slush is left. But it's probably not going to be enough to really make a mess. And no more precipitation is forecast until a few days away. And by then, temperatures, get this, in 3 days, our temperatures are supposed to be into the 50s and 60s with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. So we're going from deep winter to springtime in the course of a weekend. But hey, like I've said many times before, that's wintertime here in the South. And as you know from watching this, I've been kind of hanging out here at our studios all week because of the nasty travel conditions and being sure that everything stayed okay with the radio stations. But now that things are looking a lot better, I'm anxious to get home and see what things look like there. The good news is all of the precipitation has moved on. We won't have any more sleet or snow, or, well, there might be some rain this weekend, but temperatures will be warm enough then that hopefully things won't be freezing up. In the meantime, I am freezing up yet again. So, once more, I'm heading inside where it's warmer. And so yeah, I got inside, I got warm. Now I'm back staying at my own home again, which is very, very nice. The weather's also bright and sunny, no more snow and ice. It is still very cold. We had a low of about 17 this morning, and I think today's high is going to be 31. But in a couple of days, it's going to be raining and about 65 degrees. No kidding. So while winter rolls on, maybe, I'm not making any promises, but maybe this next week we can get something done here on Pearl. I certainly hope so. I don't want her to feel all cold and neglected out here by any means, because we love this old girl and I want to do some more work on her. So be sure and join me next time, and we'll see what develops. So far, we've had strong winds. We've had ice and snow in the course of just 2 days. Kind of makes me wonder what's coming next. Asteroid, maybe? Keep looking up. I'm Russ. We'll talk later.